So now, before understanding for and while loop, let's see range, list, and tuples in Python. So first let's see range function in Python. Range function can be used for generating a sequence of integers. It starts from 0, increments by 1, and ends at a defined number. For example, we have range of n. So range of n will return values that will start from 0 and will be incremented by 1, and it will go up to n minus 1. So this range of n will return values 0, 1 up to n minus 1. And in same way, range of 5 will return values which will start from 0 and will go up to 5 minus 1, that is 4. That's why this range of 5 will return values 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if range is provided with two parameters, then sequence will start from the first one. So here, the sequence will start from 5 and will go up to 10 minus 1, that is 9. So range 5, 10 will return values 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now let's understand it through a program. Suppose we have a variable x and assign range 5 into it. So when we will print this x, it will return range of 0 to 5. We can print all these values from 0 to 4 by using for loop, and we'll see that when we learn the for loop in next video. Now, indexing can be applied on range. So when we will print x of index 2, it will give the value at index number 2 and will give the output 2. In the same way, we can print the value at index number 0, index number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's see list. List is a data structure that is used to store different types of elements or items. Means list is a way of organizing data in which we can store different types of elements or items. It can be integer, float, string, or mixed type. Mixed type means the list can have mixed of integer, float, or string. A list can be created by using square brackets. For example, the list L1 has the values 1, 5, 6, 3, 8, 2, and 5. You can see here all these elements are inside the square brackets, and each element is separated by a comma. As we can see here in list 2, the elements has a mixed type of data types. Means it has the value 5, that is integer, 2.83, that is float, and hello, that is string. List items are ordered sequence, mutable, that means items in a list may be altered or changed, and it can have duplicate values. Now we will see indexing in a list. Suppose we have a list of values 5, 2.83, and Python. So indexing can be L of 0, L of 1, and L of 2. L of 0 will return the value at index number 0, that is 5. L of 1 will give the value at index number 1, that is 2.83. L of 2 will return the value at index number 2, that is Python. Indexing can be done using a negative number also. So it can be L of -1, L of -2 and L of -3. L of -1 will return the last value of the list, that is Python. And L of -2 will return the second last value of the list, that is 2.83. And L of -3 will return the third last value of the list, that is 5. Now let's see list slicing. Suppose we have a list that has value 5, 2.83, Python 7 and programming. Now we can specify a range of indexes like L of 0:3. This will give the value that will start from index number 0 and will go up to 3 minus 1, means at index number 2. That's why this will give the value 5, 2.83 and Python. In same way, L of 3:5 will return the value which will start at index number 3 and it will go up to 5 minus 1, that is 4. That's why this L of 3:5 will give the value 7 and programming. 7 is at the index number 3 and programming is at the index number 4. Now let's take another example where we'll see that we can leave out the start and end value. Like here L of :4, we have left out the start value. That means the range will start at the first item. So L of :4 will return the value which will start at index number 0 and will go up to 4. So this will give the value of index number 0, that is 5, the value at index number 1, that is 6, and the value at index number 2, that is 9, and finally the value at index number 3, that is 2. In same way, we can leave out the end value like this, L of 3:. Here we have left out the end value. The values will start at index number 3 and will go to the end. So L of 3: will give the value 2, that is the value at index number 3, for the value at index number 4, and the value at index number 5, that is 7. Now let's see tuples. Tuple is a data structure that is used to store different types of elements or items. It means tuple is a way of organizing data that is used to store different types of elements or items. It can be integer, float, string, or mixed type. Mixed type means the tuple can have the mix of integer, float, or string. A tuple can be created by using parentheses. For example, here tuple T1 has values inside the parentheses and each element is separated by a comma. Take another example, T2. T2 has values integer, float as well as string. As we know that tuple can have mixed type of values also. Tuple items are ordered sequence. Immutable means items may not be altered or changed, and it can have duplicate values. Now take a tuple and we will apply indexing on this tuple. So indexing can be T of 0, T of 1 and T of 2 for this 3 elements tuple. T of 0 will return the value at index number 0. So the 5. T of 1 will return the value at index number 1. So 2.83. And in same way T of 2 will return Python. Indexing can be applied on tuple by negative number also. So it will have T of -1, T of -2 and T of -3. T of -1 will return the last element of the tuple. So Python. And T of -2 will give the second last element of the tuple. So 2.83. And T of -3 will give the first element, that is 5. Now we'll see tuple slicing. Let's take a tuple of these elements 5, 2.83, Python 7 and programming. So we can specify a range of indexes in a tuple. So here 0 represents start element and 3 represent end element. That's why this will give value 5, 2.83 and Python. And in T of 3:5, the elements will start at 3 and will go up to 5. That's why this will give values 7 and programming. Means the element at index number 3 and the element at index number 4. Now we'll see tuple versus list. There are some key points to remember. Elements in tuple are within the parentheses, whereas elements in list are within the square brackets. Tuple items are immutable, means items may not be altered or changed, whereas list items are mutable, means items may be altered or changed. Tuple has fixed length, whereas list has variable length. Now we'll try programs for range, list and tuple on Google Colab. So this is our Google Colab editor. So first rename this file as range list tuples. That's it. First let's take a text cell here and name it range, because we are going to write programs for range here. Click here. Now take a code cell and start writing program from here. First take a variable x and assign range for 5, and then print x. So run this. and we got here range 0 to 5. Now we can print these values from 0 to 5 by using for loop, which we will see in next video. And then now apply indexing. So if we will print x of 2, so if you run this, it will give the value at index number 2. We can print value at index number 0 also. So it will give value 0. We can print any value from 0 up to 4. Fine. Now let's take another text cell, and this text cell is for list. Here we'll try programs for list. Take a code cell and start writing program. So first scroll it down and write your code here. So first take a list, and it should be inside square brackets. Take elements 5 separated by comma, another element 2.83, and another element Python. We can take some more values 6, 7, and so on. Now print values by using index number. So first print L of 0, and let's try this. This will give the element at 0 index, and we can print element at 1 index also. Run this, and we got value 2.83, that is element at index number 1. We can access any element from the list. Just try third one. So here try this, and we got value 6, that element at index number 3. Now see list slicing. Write print list, then inside 0:3. So this will give the values start from 0. So we'll have value 5, 2.83, and Python. Now take another code here, and we'll have start with 3 but end with 5. So it should give value the last two elements, that is 6 and 7. Now we'll take another code cell and we'll write program in which we'll apply indexing, but will leave starting and ending index. So take 1, 3, 5, 2, 8, 9, 0, and 4. So if we'll print L of, just write colon and for, it means it will start from 0 index because we have left out the starting index. Let's run this. So we got the output: element at 0 index, element at 1 index, element at 2 index, and element at 3 index. Now we'll try program for tuples. Right here, tuples, click here and then double click. Scroll it down, take a new code cell and take tuple here. It should be inside parentheses, and take some elements, for example 2, 5, 7, 3, 4, 9 and 1. So access elements by using index number. So print first the value at index number 0. Let's run this, and we got element at index number 0. You can print other elements also, suppose value at index number 1, and print value at index number 2. Let's run this, and we got it: 5 the value at index number 1, 7 the value at index number 2. Now we can have range of index. So if we'll print values from index number, for example 2 to 5. Let's run this, and we got values from 2 up to 5, and we can leave out the starting index. So write just colon and for example. Let's run this. It will give the value at index number 0, index number 1, 2 and 3, because we have left out the starting index. And we can scroll it down a little bit, and this time leave the last index. So just write 3 colon, means elements will be printed from index number 3 up to end. Let's run this, and we got value 3, 4, 9 and 1, means this 3, that is index number 3, then 4, 9 and 1. That's it. So we tried programs for range, list and tuples. That's it for today. Now we'll try programs for loop and while loop in next video. Till then, enjoy Python programming.